Oopie doops. Skills, I forgot one thing here. Hello, good morning. Good morning. We have the sun rays coming through, so what do I really look like? I really look like that. Hopefully all the eye gunk is gone, because it is a new morning. I was starting to get stressed out until I realized that it is Positive Affirmations Monday, and this is so legit. The repetitive suggestion by the elders is to quiet that mouth, little lady. And not to say that I mean, some of it, there are differing opinions, even with the wisest. Okay, so we gotta like just congregate here on this board, okay, of directors. What is it? Because we're not going to say there's too many hands in the pot. There's the adequate amount here. Okay, just different angles that we take things. So we got to respect each other on our methods, and you know, it's like you respect the process, and with that you're deciphering what method works best and when. So we're all in this together. And part of it is saying, like, you know, sometimes you gotta quiet your mouth, because there are sensitive ears out there. There are big mouths and sensitive ears. And then there's also, that's just looking at like the yuck part of it. Then the other side is taking a moment to cancel out the noise and just meditate, you know. And then there's some that are saying that meditating is something that you cannot multitask with. But those are sometimes a fraction of those people are the ones that say that you can't conduct prayer outside of, like, you know, the traditional sense. So like I realized that washing dishes, you know, there's a sense of meditation in there, so long as you're in your moment. Meditation is very much in the gratitude and appreciation for what is, whatever it is you're doing, and you're within that now moment, and you're recognizing the thoughts that come through the flow of sentience just within yourself and relative to others, historically and presently. You know, it's like that's meditation. So long as you can devote at least 20 minutes, just like it said, then I'm good with that. And elders don't dispute about, you know, like how you ultimately choose to live your life when you feel like it's the best thing for you, because like you're gonna have to own up to it yourself, really, in the end. I mean, there unless you have like a huge massive role to play, you know, like then they got something to say. So anyway, here we go. I thought I was going to work with the deck of like Medicine Woman Tarot, but maybe I took that back home with me. I don't know. I don't see that here. I was looking for it, and hold on. Do I see it? No, it's not there. It ain't there, but it's okay. We're using the Fountain Tarot, which I know is complete, and we're gonna go with Positive Affirmations Monday manifestations. I still got a lot of work to do, and it's gonna be better than okay, but that's where we last left it. Okay, I did a reading last night live, but I didn't know whether or not I was going to post it, just because there was some weird energy, and a lot of it was that there were certain protectors or guides that were there that were intentionally partially allowing screw-ups or whatever, because some of the things can't be told right now. Okay, and it's just some of the stuff that comes through is exclusively for like me to know, or you know, it's, so I gotta respect that space. I don't think I divulged too much, but I just know that not everybody's going to understand it, and that's okay, because when I ultimately decide, if I decide to post it, it's going to be meant for the people that it's meant for. Okay. So, what are our best attributes? Oh, a moderator. I I don't know how to do this thing. Peter, you're here. I thought you were a bot. But I'm surprised to see you here. What did you retract? What message did you retract? Are you still here? Tap, 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 tap. Just kidding. I don't know how to make a moderator. Thank you for volunteering. This is the Hunger Games. Shoot. Oh, just kidding. Just kidding. But I am realizing that my manifestations are coming like almost instantaneously. Today was, I anticipated to be like something I needed a motivator to, so I did get some coffee and I did get some oat milk on the side, and as I was pouring it, I was squeezing the cup to let it go through the spout, and I saw that, I imagined that the cup would burst out from the top and it would spill everywhere, but it's never done that. And lo and behold, a second or two later, it did happen. And it's never happened before. So, there are things like that that are happening. So I might as well think the most wonderful, wonderful thing ever. And what better way to add meditation into this than to answer the question, what are some of our best attributes, okay? Let's give ourselves a pat on the back, a round of applause, a mini stadium wave. We're going to do this, okay? All right, using the Fountain Tarot. Angels of Love and Light, I welcome you in to direct and protect these messages. My chakras, my auras, my space, my work, my health and wellness, and that of my children's. All right, so what are some of our best attributes? I'm talking to the four, including myself. Oh, maybe there's something stuck here. Give me a second. This was stuck from previous, because I totally forgot until I was at Taco Bell the other day, I think, or something like that. Oh, this is from Medicine Woman Tarot. See, you can see that this. I told you I had a Medicine Woman Tarot, because we have Two of Pipes and the Apprentice of Bowls in reverse. Knight of Cups in reverse and Two of Pipes. I'll get the other ones there. That I just have to scoop my chair back. Holy tamales. Okay. Two of Wands. Okay. And Knight of Cups in reverse. I mean, this is just being chill with yourself, being chill and right with yourself, knowing what you bring to the table, even and especially when in those conditions where you don't get the love out there, you know, like you don't get the romanticisms and what society's norm gets, you know, like a lot of the hustle and bustle of hearsay, like, oh, you're looking great this morning, you know, like all the schmoozing that's involved, that even when you don't get that, like normal people get, it's because you don't do that. We don't do that. We don't exchange. What is going on with? It's like, wait, hold on. Whew. There's like blinking here. It's really hard to see, but anyway, we don't do that. We don't exchange in the niceties. I just know I don't. I do it genuine, like, freely. That's why I think why people are not used to it. But you know, it's knowing what you bring to the table and just being good with that. You don't have to put yourself on blaster and say, like, I did this, I did that. There's nothing to prove to anybody who doesn't see you on a norm. You know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna pry somebody's eyes open. And that's such a great attribute to have. You're not gonna convince anybody who is on a norm not willing to see, you know, like not even edging to that point. So there are also saying that there's some undercover, like, people who are intimidated by you, but like they will want to romance you. So there's something about like undercover love for what we do and how we are. Okay, that's some of our best attributes. That's from the Medicine Woman Tarot. I don't even know where the other ones are, seriously. Give me a second. I'm gonna look. I don't know where I put it, unless it's in the glove compartment. I'm gonna try one last time, honeys. No. Okay, that's okay. So I have to get. Oh, what happened to it? I think it slipped under. Hold on. Did I get it? No, it slipped under there. Oh. Shoot. What am I getting with it? It's just like a booklet or something. Oh. No. Alright, so, see? Happy birthday, Tina. That was from a few months ago. I just, my birthday was not your normal birthday kind of thing. So any kind of memory that I have to remind myself of an acknowledgement is nice to have, okay? Okay, so we have 3 of Wands in reverse and strength peeking through. Oh gosh, what the heck? It's getting steamy in here. Give me a second. I need to open up the windows. Let people listen. Let the world hear us. 3 of Wands in reverse. Knight of Cups again reappearing in reverse. 9 of Wands in reverse. 5 of Coins in reverse. 4 of Swords. 8 of Swords. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And Strength. Well, what a story do we have here? Okay, let's find out here what's said. What are they saying? Oh, dude, seriously? We're like in some kind of like top secret program. Like it has cleared the room. There are zero people here. So this is definitely meant for me. Yeah. It's not, shut your mouth, Tina. You're becoming, you're strong, Tina. You gotta shh. Okay, hold your tongue. Like, but like, don't, they're saying don't tell anybody about what you're investing in right now. So we can just talk about like characteristics. We can talk about this and we can talk about that. We can make, what is it? Like short topic talk. What do you call it? There's a phrasing for it. Light conversation. We can be light conversationalists right now, okay? Because there's some added thought as far as what we're doing. There's no lacking. There is, it's also part of lowering the guard between here and there for us and other people. And I think part of that is not coming in so like, I think people are getting intimidated by us. Yeah, again, we're getting that. Because our ships are here. They are arrived and we are the shit. Or I am. Again, 0. It's okay. 0 the hero, 1st the worst, 2nd the best, 3rd the nerd, 4th the dwarf, 5th the something. The things that you learned in grade school, seriously. Verbatim, okay? So with these 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, wait, 3, 6, 8, yeah, 8 cards. This is communications as far as wand energy. It's also cutting. It's like, shh, quiet. Most of these cards are in reversal, but it's just saying like there's a realm of expansion here. the great, some of our best attributes are, or some of my best attributes are, um, knowing when to say when and how, supplementary to the when. Okay? All right. Anything else? Jesus Christ, I invite you in. What do you want to say about some of our best attributes? Best attributes. Do you want to see? I was stressed yesterday. Jeez, like, hold on. How do I, there. And there was too many overlappings of my necklaces. So I redid this. I had to restring it and just kind of like condense a little bit. So I worked on this yesterday. So I guess that's a newer piece here because it was just a 3. And so like it just needs to gain some of my essence to come in as like the same coloring. But yeah. Oh my God, it's hot. Let me slip into something. So yeah, so it's cute. It works better for me. I have to redo some things. Ugh. Yeah, so we're gonna list our best attributes. Oh, you know, I started getting really sad, by the way, thinking about the opposing counsel for the court stuff, because again, there's something that's coming up later this week, and and I was also scheduled for an 8-hour shift that nobody has taken, so I have to call in for that, which is, you know, like what how long, you know, like I don't know, man. I really don't know what's going on with all of that. But yeah, I got a lot of stuff to do there. So I was thinking about the opposing counsel, and I'm like, what makes a person as like callous as they are? Because there's only so much that you can, you know, attribute to being you know, a strategist or really good at their job. What is it all for when it turns you into this like hybrid monster? You know what I mean? Because there's no such thing as a spirit of the law when you get to that level of conditioning. So where is it? Like, what happened to these people that turned them into such callous beings? Is it something like a death along the way, like with someone that was beloved to them? Was it like their parents? Did they even have a house and home? Are they able to have children to understand what it's like, or do they have that angst of like resentment? Oh, I think so. I think some of them like have a certain resentment because they can't have kids, either by the structure of their home, like their lifestyle, or the ability to have kids. So there might be some resentment on that, some hidden hater energy on that because of life experiences. It could also be like not having a mother in the home, or like a very like abusive father, or like a close family member that molested them or like bullied them, and then like scrutinized them, belittled them, and nobody else did anything. You know, like what is it that makes somebody into that kind of a person where they can destroy lives and homes and claim like a 6-figure income from doing that as a profession? Like what validates that? You know what I mean? We gotta ask. And so I think that's where compassion comes in, because it's like in conversing with somebody, whether or not they like were lying to me at work, not yesterday but the day before yesterday, I did like the part of the closing shift, and there was too much of a quick turnaround, so I think the guy was kind of lying to me. But it also put into the perspective that it's like everybody has stuff that's going on. Everybody's gone through like the whole like credit card debt thing, and and this is my round of like going through it for like the second or third time. But like, it all points to the whole realm of like people romanticizing my weak spots, where it's like I'm realizing that everybody else is like, they're getting to my supposed soft spots about how, you know, they understand what I'm going through. But at the same time, they wouldn't act as shitty as they are and flip-floppy as they are. Like that doesn't, like, one doesn't heal the other. Do you know what I'm talking about? So, I think part of, yeah, they just beeped. So, part of the, like, our best attributes is that we can call things out for what they are. We don't have to like take the surface level of things, but we take it into account. Like we take note. It's just kind of like one of the captions of what's going on. But as you know, captions don't hold like all of the context. It's just like a labeling of, you know, a sorting out of images, visuals, you know, charts, tables, etc. So, you know, for them to act as shitty as they are, let's just be like blunt about it. That's just to say, like, hey, I've been through that, and like you know, like there are worse things, you know, they're just there's more hater energy than love. There is what I'm seeing. Okay, so what my guys are telling me is like, don't fall into the trap of the romanticism that people are trying to buddy up with you, saying that they understand what you're going through. Because bottom line, it's supposed to build character and not turn you into like a jaded, callous monster. You know what I mean? So anyway, here we go. Best attributes. That's just an observation. So that's where I halted the, like, what about the opposing counsel? Like, I was going to read into them, and I just realized that's something that's part of their take home, you know. Once this is done, I don't have to deal with them anymore. Like, they have that to go home to. They have that to bring into their like private lives and their most like solo atmospheres. So you know, like, I come into people's lives for a very, 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 very specific reason. And so if they don't see that, then, you know, that's how they roll. That's it. That's all. Okay. What else do you want to say, Spirit? What are some of our best attributes? Positive affirmations Monday, Ace of Wands in reverse. This is like, I don't know how many times we got the Ace of Wands in reverse, but holy schmolies. This is, right here, it's an illumination of the power that you already have, that we already have. We don't need to do any magic. We don't need to do any rituals. Knowing that, yesterday was like a massive ritual day, introducing like the month of October, Hallows Eve, all of that. There's a lot of introductory rituals like road openers, pathways, etc., as well as it being like on the tail end, like still like in the lingering energies of the supermoon and, you know, the full moon in Aries. So, and along with like the, what do you call it, the planetary, you know, like retrogrades or whatever. I don't even know what the heck is going on with all of that. We don't have to go through all of those like traditional rituals. There's some kind of hybrids and blendings that we do on our own. Like, it's, well, how we're rolling already is a hybrid, like an immediate applications of that light work, that energy, that those rituals, kind of modernized to what we're doing, like, as we move along. So we don't have to pick up our wand and do, like, you know, abracadabra, this and that. We don't need to do that. Some of our best attributes are already applied. Because this Ace of Wands is actually like the sword. Do you see what I'm saying? It's a blade. I've never seen that movie Blade. That's what it's giving. Okay, anything else? I think Blade was something about like battling out like vampires. Oh shoot, talk about vampires. It's the devil themselves. So, some of our best, yeah, this is talking about, you know, I think that's what Blade is about. Now we're down to a 0 here. But that's okay. I mean, there's something about, I was going to say prism, but that would, infer, like, refer it to being a crystal, you know what I mean? So, but then this looks almost like prism-like as well. Some like crazy workings going on with some major hater energy. I don't even know what the deal, like, but they're certainly asking for like shit to rain down upon them, like, you know, like McFly. Not McFly, but you know, things that happen to the bullies. Darn, that didn't work out. Okay, let's use the next one. Give me a second. Okay. Sorry. A lot of smoke with all of that going on there. Okay, so let's get another lighter. Where do I find it? Oh, I think there's one right here. Yes, there is. I knew I'd find you. Okay. Hold on a second. We're going to get this one going. It's gonna be okay. Whoopsie. Okay, fine. You don't want to do it. You don't gotta do it. But it's important that we do this. We're gonna just do it a different way. We're gonna figure it out, and it's gonna be okay. Okay. So, if you could bear with me, but talking about the devil card, I checked like Angels of Light and Love, I welcome you in. Thanks for doing such an excellent job of protecting and doing like the mostest with this little hostess. Okay, that worked. Thank you so very much. Oh, okay. We're back. We're back. I rebuke all other energies that come to fuck us fortheth. And so, here we are. Lovely as can be. All right, give me one other thing. Yeah, so I was just talking about this stuff. And my cat went crazy, broke a jar. At the same timing that I pulled out the devil card, like that happened, you know, it was crazy. But guess what's going to happen to those energies that decided to fuck around? They's going to find out. Okay, so, yep, they are. Okay, so, laying this out. Okay, we got that. All right, continuing on. I thought I was going to have to start a part B. No, didn't have to. Clear the room. What are some of our best attributes, Tina? This is a good thing. So my crew is canceling out all the noise, and those who want to step forth and fuck around, dude, their work is going to be affected, as is mine. So I'm going to pull in, I'm going to harvest, and I'm going to bring it for my own. That's what they said. It's all righteous. You want to come, you know, to my plate, try to confuse things a little bit, try to like do all the most, you know. This is a huge lens cap. Like I am actively changing the lens cap, you know, when you have like the DSLR camera type of thing. We change the lens, and so it's like for different forms of clarity. So I'm changing that out for the all-seeing eye. That is, I am so well trusted in doing that, that you know, that's one of my best attributes. The other thing is, oh, my hand is like tingly right here. Ooh. As you know, in theater, especially like in a high school type of production, the person doing the spotlight is they're highly relied upon. Like they may not get like the biggest accolades, but trust me, when there's something that's not synchronous, something that like somebody like fucks up in that area, you'll be sure to like hear, you know, it's like the live Yelp review basically. So you know, the pinpointing of where the stars rely upon that spotlight. You know, it's the kind of same thing. It's so awesome that I am highly revered and respected enough to hold this position. Like 3 lens caps, come on, it's huge. I love it. I love it. So there's nothing to get upset about here because there's a lot of people that are coming and going here. And that's just life. But there's definitely some, I think that's why we gotta remind ourselves, like, it's important. Positive attributes part, there's no harm in laying that out, because why are you gonna hide yourself to the world that doesn't quite have the stomach for you? It's kind of like, what is this? It turned itself. Oh, 7 of Swords. Stealer. Is this me or the other people? Like, what, let's provide some clarity to this. Jesus Christ, what do you want to say? What are some of my best attributes, Spirit? I'm going to position it like that because some of my best attributes. Okay, clarity to the 7 of Swords. That's the one. 8 of Wands in reversal. Oh, some of our best attributes. Some of our best attributes is that we don't have to communicate whenever we feel that there's some shadiness around. You know what I mean? We reserve the right to, like, what is it, the 5th Amendment? Like, I don't need to divulge any further information. I've given you enough to go on, and I seen what you've done with it. Oh yeah, I feel something right here. And it's, you know, it's just annoying. It's not like putting me out. It's definitely going to put them out. But 8 of Wands in reverse. Like, this is no contact, no communication. We steal away without saying anything to anyone. When we got to make the moves, especially when there's like shady energy going around, yeah, 0 now. Huh. Yeah. The maximum way in being straightforward is to, like, hold your tongue. Not going to say anymore. I already said enough. So what does this teach us about the opposing counsel? Like, how to approach what's coming up later this week? Spirit? 7 of Pentacles in reverse and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. What this teaches me is, oh, that I don't have to put any extra work in, because that's basically the 8th Pentacle. It's just reiterating the fact that it's legit. Especially for my certain case, like, the lens caps that I have is already supreme. You see, like, even the frame of the lens cap, there's 3 in there, okay? It's creating this orb-like structure, and it's very protective in itself. So you really need to do much about this. There's clarity, like triple fold, like prismatic almost, because it's overlaid. You know, it's like a magic trick, you know, the rings that you're supposed to, like, unlink. But this is also saying that, well, I'm already magnetized to the things that are coming. Like, you know, when there's like baby whatever's, like cat or chicks or dogs, you know, when they're first birthed, they imprint on the individual that is most facilitative to them. And so that's some of our best attributes, is that we tend to be that one. Now, for me in particular, referencing like how to learn from this, like what does this teach us about the opposing counsel, like what's going to happen and what's in the coming, is that my future is already imprinted upon me. You know, like it already belongs to me. I already own it. And it owns me is what it's saying. But yeah, like this is a harvesting, like a no-brainer. This is something that's due for me. So regardless of what kind of argument is presented, this essence of like the future house and home, this like this orb-like structure of protection, it's mine. It belongs to me. It's indisputable. Like, you know how you have your name engraved or like written on something like in permanent marker, like that's my thermos, that's whatever. And somebody like who's shisty like decides to like kind of scrub it off or whatever, and they put their own name on it. Like, what are you talking about? This is mine. See, everybody knows historically, based on the impressions that you've made, like the timeline of impressions, that belongs to you and that is yours. So even if somebody tries to lie and change up, you know, the a sense of ownership to whatever it is that belongs to you, everybody else is going to see like, no, there's just, in dissolution, you have to understand that there's disagreements like massively produced, and so much more aggravated if you get attorneys in there. So with that, it's like, okay, this person is just acting out, this person is just being a dick, this person is just like, you know, underrepresented. This is, you know, like there are things that come into play when interpreting what is actually happening. So that's wonderful. Okay, positive affirmations Monday. What are some of my best attributes? Dude, I don't know how many times I can clear the room, but it's okay. What are some of my best attributes? Oh, so by the way, when I got the devil card, and that happened with my cat, whatchamacallit, my phone overheated. Like, I was not on the phone for that long, and it wasn't even that hot in the car, but the phone overheated until like it conked right out. So I'm telling you, everything is due within its exact timing of messaging. And I am just so lucky and grateful to be able to be receptive to that and kind of like disseminate the messaging to those that need to hear it. So even though like I'm only earning X amount at this time and I can only pay X amount of bills at, you know, at this current fraction of my life, things are due to change. Like, it won't always be like this. Like, there's nothing historically that says that this has ever maintained its way of like, I just know. I just know, looking not just at my case study, but like others, that this is only a temporary adjustment is what they're saying. You know, like when you do a price adjustment, you have to do a return before you have to repurchase and modify. Oh my gosh, that's what it is. Like, there's some systems where you can do that within a single transaction, but most are still doing it on a 2-transaction basis, where you do the return and then you ring it up again, and then but you adjust it right then and there. So there's something about that, but it's getting like the return, you know what I mean, like what's due because of that price match, you know, that adjustment that needs to be made. So that's what's happening. Okay. Okay, so some of our best attributes is that the divine, within all trajectories and all dimensions, all like the here and nows, are are recognizing our inputs and our will, the practice of it. So regardless of how we interpret it, there's so much, like I'm finding the gratitude in my abilities, like being able to employ that finally. And it's nothing different from what I experienced in my previous lives of just doing like the normal like 9 to 5 type of job, where like you don't get the accolades that you deserve. You're not getting that like out in the open, like many others are receiving, like on a norm. So like it doesn't 100% phase me when I don't get that, because I realize also it's not even a personal thing half of the time, that people just like to have live their lives more privately. So when they give accolades to me, then there's a certain format of them kind of exposing themselves, which they probably don't mind if it's just me, but to the rest of the world, you know what I mean? Like, people got to do that stuff undercover, usually with me, because of, you know, the dynamic. So all right, so some of our best attributes. I like the fact that I cleaned up quite a bit yesterday when I could Queen of Swords and the World card. This is absolute truth. Like, I didn't know where this was going to go, honestly. I didn't know, but this is speaking the truth in order to close out cycles. Like, the more clarity that you have and the less fear that you have in approaching what is, you get closer, like, you get massively elevated. You get massively, like, you own it. You know, whatever time frame or whatever location you're at, you're sitting on top of the world. It's like, you're not asking the world to give you a break anymore. They're giving it to you. You know what I mean? So, there's something about a big break coming because of like this like origami fold of what we did and the intricacies of what we made out of basically a blank page, something that somebody tore out of the book, somebody wanted to omit, something that somebody wanted to you know, I'm getting like the ignorance level of like book burnings and people who wanted to like trash certain records that would kind of expose them or not give them the upper hand. There's something about that that we repurposed, that like we found it, you know, like a Forrest Gump, the feather, like it just like it meanders and it goes through this like whole journey. And there have been several takes of that with other like in honor of that kind of scene. It's the same thing. Is we found that blank page and we repurposed it. Whether or not we realize where it came from, the fact is that the universe is realize what we did. So this is good. And talk about the piece of pie. We're looking at the pie chart on the centerfold is what I'm hearing. So some of us are very, very attractive, but this is like a pie chart of ownership of yeah, that's interesting. Across the, like, it's the median point, but also covering the diameter on a 360. That's what it's saying. All right. So there's something about the angular impressions that we have within our own intricacies that some people see it as complex, but what's a complex molecule? I don't even know, but there's something about that there. But then there's also the kind of fractioning here where it's kind of more understandable. So there's something, some of my best attributes are, because I have 0, is the ability to translate the things that we do, the things that we're about, the things like we don't have to over explain, but there's something about the translation of efforts into something that that provides more clarity on like a global scale. That's what it's saying. Interesting. Bottom of the deck is Knight of Pentacles again. Independence. Hopscotch again. You see? Hopscotch. And it's some of my best attributes is being able to translate from one timeline into another. You see it like how it's kind of like Marty McFly in Back to the Future, how some of the past gets erased, and so there's almost like an erasing effect. There's something about being able to stand within several realms, that I'm here but I'm not, you know, kind of like I know some people would make fun of that, and because you can't get upset over people who are absolutely ignorant or not, you know, it's just like not open to certain things. Like that's why they give so much weight into the material aspect or the aesthetic aspect of, you know, their current lifetime. So you gotta feel kind of like sorry for these people because they don't know anything other than, you know, like what happiness is within their own singular context, you know. So when they laugh at you or when they laugh at us or poke at us, like, you know, ridicule us, it's only defining where they're at in life. You know what I mean? Top of the deck, jelly beans are Six of Wands. Ultimate victory. That's some of our best attributes. Like if you know, if you have us on your team, you know that it's a winning hand. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I can't use that as a blanket statement because there are people who are very much shady and they'll take advantage of that. So there are some stipulations that are carried along with this, but ultimately, yeah, our investment is very much, you know, it's a winning hand. Like you bring that much to the table, 9 out of 10 pentacles for sure, for sure. That's good. That's good. This is a pole vault. Amongst many others. Oh my gosh, it's this pole vault with like the 5 of Wands surrounding him. So it's not over like a horizontal pole, but those that opposed him. Oh my goodness. We have the... I have the upper hand. I have just cleared the room. I have the upper hand. It's a pole vault, like, it's like who can jump the highest. It's like, you know, that there's a play on wording that when people use that, like, who's going to jump first or who can jump the highest, but it's like this gross game of like how much can you take advantage of another person. But this is like, you're going to eat your words, honey, and you're going to see how high I can jump, how high I can fly. You'll see, because you live in a world of comparisons. You'll see, you know. So that's excellent. That's the first time that I noticed that, and this is the first deck that I've seen it displayed within that context. Like, this is Olympic level. This is crazy. It's good. It is so good. And these are amongst people who already like are kind of like established, like they set, you know, because it's kind of high, and like the leap over it's not even like our ultimate best, but it's just to say that we can overcome these adversities. That's excellent. That's excellent. Okay. What's the last takeaway is the 3 of Swords in reverse. That's good, right? That is good. It doesn't, you know when they say like no pain, no gain? Here it's like, if you've ever had the 3 of Swords in reverse, then you for sure know what it's all about in its upright. So we've been there, we've done that, and we've like superseded that. So you know, like there's like a little shine like of this like bubble here. You see, it's a rainbow, it's a rainbow. And so it goes without saying that we've experienced it, and we're coming out of it alive. Yes. So thank you. This Positive Affirmations Monday has been very fruitful. I would like to do bananagrams, but maybe I'll reserve it for later because we've been on this for about 50 minutes. And what a wonderful way to meditate and say, bravo, bravo to us. Bravo to our efforts, to our choices, to our comprehensive willpower. I think that is all that I've got to say. I feel like there's one more thing. Grabbing it from the Tarot del Fuego. Continuing on from yesterday's thing. Let's see, what do you got? Oh, Page of Swords. Learning, speaking the truth. I don't need to know who you are. I don't need to see who it is exactly on the other end. I thought, like, when we do these live things here, that there's, because I've seen it before. Like, when people come into the lives, you can see, like, the identities of who comes in. Not necessarily, like, whether or not they reply. It's just like the intro to them. It shows when people, like, particular identities that come through. And so I was a little like, I don't know if disappointed, or I was just, it's not what I expected here. I thought there was like a difference between, that was like the difference between here and Instagram Live. But maybe like I have to have like 1,000 followers in order to unlock that feature. I have no idea. That stuff is like very like petty for me. Like if it comes, it comes, you know, it's fine. But yeah, the blindfold. I don't need to see who you are to be able to speak the truth. I don't, this is also showing, where did we have that? Where did we have that? Oh my gosh, where was it? Where was it? Okay. Because that was, I think, the Five of Swords, where it originally had shown us. I don't know. It was here. It was here, I promise. But, you know, I can read into people's karma, you know, but they're telling me I don't really need to do that, because here, this knave, this page is actually a queen in disguise. So, like, it's being able to like know other people's karma, but we don't, they told me like you don't need to get into all of that, you know. You don't need to be the person, like the bad guy, because people associate you with that kind of a news. And karma is not always bad. But Knight of Swords in reverse, it's talking about very focused energy. Oh, because there's something very pinpointing, because when it fell kind of in reversal to the outskirts, to the crowd basically, but inverted, it's very like fast moving. So having that clarity is very much like sobering to the world. Like it's very exacting to the world. But because of that, there's a hidden gift in there where everything that happens for me is highly expedited. Let me see, one couple more. Six of Pentacles in reverse and the Sun in reverse. So again, we have the Seven of Pentacles with like a major arcana here, blessing this basically. So this is a harvesting for me as far as what that means is, with like something that's expedited. That's really it. I don't need to share anything else with regards to that. And how it parted was the Eight of Cups right there in reversal. So this is a comeback officially. Hello, you have met your official newly identified Tina. Super magnified. Yeah, it's good. Life is good. We're gonna get through this. It's gonna be okay. And better than okay, actually. It's gonna be awesome. We're getting there. We're getting there. All right, I'm going to pull some cards offline just because I want to. And then I'm going to move on with my life. All right, so thanks for joining me and presenting your very best. So thank you to all my sponsors and supporters, donating light and love in every which way possible, offering me a platform, and, you know, like, thank you. Because just thank you with that. I know that there could have been other possibilities through me, and there are still, but the way to go about it. So thank you. You know what you've done. You know what you're doing. So, yes. Thank you for respecting my time, my space, my energy, my work, my health and wellness, my essence, and that of our children's. So, upon closing all portals, I send all energies back to their appropriate locations outside of mine, with their appropriate karmas due, assisting with that sequence of rollout, whether they tapped in for a second or two or not, whatever presence they provided. This is a blanket statement. In light and love, I close all portals. Now.